Hi, I'm Herve G-WERY, and today I would like to talk to you about something which is... How can I say that? I think I try to avoid to talk about the subject. I've been deflecting for quite a while, talking about it. So therefore I had to push myself to be here in front of this camera and talk to you. And it is about when all started, when all this story started. I mean, why I'm involved in helping people and families and practice facing separation and any kind of separation, and also about education and parenting. It starts with my own story, and I think I've been avoiding talking about it for a simple reason, because it will bring back a flow of emotion, which is I try not to suppress, but if I keep those emotions in, I won't move on. That's something which is really drag me down and won't let me move on different subjects, like the other video I made about not staying in sadness all day because I missed my daughter, but transform those emotions. So I'm saying I have to transform those emotions. I had to transform them, and therefore today it's a bit more difficult to bring them back. But I have to talk about it because this is how everything started from. And it's the divorce, the separation, which is occurring, that was 6 years ago, a bit less than 6 years ago, because if you think about it, the core of the story started before properly the divorce. Because we've been counseling and somehow it didn't work. But what I felt after that, when properly it was the only option, that was for me. I felt I was a failure. I felt I wasn't worth it, and it's hard, because one day your family pack and the very next day you are just a broken broken person with broken dreams, really. And it's a down spiral for men, because as a man, and as you raised, I've been, distant from your emotion, as you have to man up and you have to sort things and you have to, to deal with those things. Well, failing at being married, when in fact, for me, that was to be married for the best and the worst. And if the worst comes, we have to deal with it and facing, and it's a work together. Pretty much I felt like a failure. I felt like I wasn't good enough. So therefore, the deep of what I am, I've been shaped as a man, was compromised. And from one member of a family and a man, to become the next day nothing, not good enough, is kind of a deep spiral feelings, where in fact you just thinking, and had to deal with that. And that was the first deep things I had to deal with, the first deep emotion. And then after that, you can pile on anger, you can pile on frustration, you can pile on blaming myself, and then that's too much, it's overwhelming. So therefore it's blaming the other one, because that's so overwhelming in terms of emotion. You overflow, and that overflow is in fact, the others are responsible, and whoever is in your discomfort daily is responsible about that discomfort. So you just overflow on everyone else, and that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for yourself. That's not acceptable for the people you encounter and strangers and all that. So I had to work on that, and that was really something somehow I have to fight, because it's the essence of being a man, sorting things out and I couldn't sort out our couple. I couldn't sort out our family. And this is where, in fact, I felt I was nothing. I wasn't worth it. And in one conversation, when in fact my ex-wife told me that we didn't have the same value and this is why we had to separate it, well, that was the axe in my back. And I mean, I don't mean that's her being mean. She got value, she expressed her value, and she feels we have different value. It's because my center, my core, my essence is to be someone sorting things out. And if that is not the value she can value, well, what am I? You know, I'm just that. So I couldn't work around that, and that was a deep wound, not made by her. It was just because I allowed this to impact on myself at the time. I allowed this to compromise myself, because it's not I couldn't fix what we did there. I couldn't work around our couple, that I can't sort it out something else. We are not compatible. Well, fair enough. I could have accepted that straight away, but I had to pass all those steps. And yeah, that's something I wanted to share. Obviously, I will go further there, but if I go further now, that's going to be a bit harder for me to dig there, because I want to go through the description of the emotions and how I did with it. Obviously, I didn't do it on my own. I did seek some professional advice, and also I've been acting in taking action, I mean. So here we go. I did want to share that with you because I wanted to share also with people experience or their views about it. How do you caption this? How do you sense it? It's a bit, yeah, I'm really sorry. I do apologize about being like that. It's because for me, as I said, it brings back the old story, and even if I moved on and I did a lot of work on, it's still there sensitive, because we moved on new family structure, and even if that new family structure it's totally different, it has to be reorganized on daily basis, but that deep root is in the past where it is. So this is where the big major work is to disconnect the past to focus on the future. And if you think about it, this is all about the book I made for our daughter to make sure she could move on more easily than us. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being patient and understand why this video is a bit not very fluid, I would say. Please share your comments, share your thoughts on the subject. I will be more than happy to interact with you as much as I can, and keep me posted, and I hope to see you next time for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.